people think I'm exaggerating, and I'm not even actually articulating how bad it actually is. It's actually worse than I'm saying. But then I notice how suddenly everybody's talking about eugenics and how it's being discussed everywhere and how a lot of people are figuring it out on their own. And a lot of big publications are discussing it. And so we got a chance to beat these murderers. If we can set the agenda, at least to a certain degree, off of Michael Jackson and O.J. Simpson and Anna Nicole Smith and Barack Obama and all these puppets and distractions, and really start debating this and understanding what makes the New World Order tick and who they are and how they operate. So I'm going to try to summon energy and focus and to do that in the last 40 minutes of the show. But right now, let's go to your calls. So I love taking your calls. D in Minnesota, you're on the air. Welcome. Yeah, we're going to have to move on there. They listen to their internet or their radio, and it's delayed. Joseph in Kansas. Joseph, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Alex. I'm a veteran. I'm disabled, and I pray to God that the rest of American people will open their eyes. I thank God for the work that you're doing and helping to try and wake up America. Hello? My mother met this nut, this science czar. He's a true eugenicist scum. And, I mean, when are they going to open their eyes? It's just puzzling to me that they're just so blinded by the mass media BS of this pedophile who's a drug-addicted nut who can't do anything but butcher himself. But it's all soft kill, water, air, food. Come on, wake up, America.
I hear you, and I appreciate your call. It's also binary weapon system. Just as I sit here listening to the callers, hundreds of thoughts go through my mind, hundreds of pieces of evidence, like per second. I'm like, whoa. I mean, that's the problem. I need to create like an encyclopedia of eugenics or an encyclopedia of the true history of the world just in the last 100 years and just chronicle it all with their own statements and documents. I mean, it's mind-blowing, their philosophy, their system. Makes my head hurt. Thomas in Sweden. Thanks for holding her on the air, Thomas.
Yeah, hello, Alex. I'm so happy to get through to you. Actually, I heard a guy giving you words of encouragement, and actually, I'd like to tell you, like, you are the superhero. I'm calling from Sweden, and I actually wrote down some footnotes because we in Sweden already have, like, the total surveillance society, and the last couple of years they have been putting up cameras in every subway station and basically everywhere.
Yeah, they admitted Finland is the global model. Everyone's phones are listened to 24/7, and they track where you go with them. And the government admits, and the government takes your taxes out of your bank account themselves. It's incredible.
Interest today, like for our banks, and a couple of things though that I wanted to tell you. Like in the 1930s, we had this riot in a place called Ådalen in Sweden. And actually, some people were shut down by the military, and I think one of them died also. And they actually made a law that the military could not intervene when they had the riots. And after the G8 meeting in early 2000s in Sweden, in Gothenburg, one person actually got shot by the police, and he almost died. And several other people were almost shot also by the police because they were shooting right out the masses. And after that, the actual guy that got shot, he went to prison, and the police they didn't even get they didn't even have to go to they didn't get anything for it, and so after that they actually took away that law. So now when we have a riot the next time, the military will intervene.
Yes, they're getting rid of posse comitatus type laws all over the world to use the military against the people. The globalists have dominated almost every nation on earth, but their war machine is now going to be directed in on the family, directed in on the society. Just like China, they're going to take your property, they're going to take your children, they're going to sterilize you, they're going to inject you with cancer, they're going to put you in hospice, they're going to kill you. And if you resist, they're going to march the military out. Themselves, when they've completed their usefulness, will also be put into the carousel in this Logan's Run type scenario. But as long as the cops get petty power, they don't care if they're being killed. It's all about feeling like they're a winner, feeling like they're part of the power structure. And I ask the police, break out of your mind control. Realize what's happened to you. Go ahead.
Yeah. I actually like to ask you, like, what do you think about Carl Bildt?
Carl Bildt is a member of the Bilderberg Group.
Yeah, I heard that he went to these meetings, and I think he's like the total scumbag, because Sweden and England is like in the forefront of this whole scam. And we already have laws passed in Sweden last year called the FRA and the IPRED law. And it actually, what it does is that our military is listening to every single phone call and every single data.
No, I know. Look, your military is owned by offshore banks. They're carrying out a eugenics grid. I've always explained how the Pentagon calls it godlike power. I saw that in MIT magazine. It's now back in the news where they say everything will be surveilled. Smart dust and RFID are to be in all products, and the government can do a Google search of reality, of the three-dimensional world. And there's Carl Bildt for people on screen that want to see him. And good to hear from you in Sweden, Thomas. John and Robert and others will go to you after this quick break. Then we've got, for 20 minutes, we've got to talk about Sonia Sotomayor popping in. She wrote a book calling for your complete disarmament. The Attorney General argued in federal court that no citizen should be allowed to own even a bolt-action .22 rifle. You have no individual right to keep and bear arms. And, hey, good luck, scumbag, parasite control freaks. Good luck getting our guns, you chicken-neck bastards. You may be able to poison our water, you pieces of trash, but